everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Savannah and today we will be diving into the lore, mystery, and families of Strangetown in The Sims 2. This is the second video in a series on my channel where I will be looking at every single neighborhood in The Sims 2. Last time we looked at the iconic Pleasant View, and today we will be uncovering what makes Strangetown so strange. So without further ado, let's load into Strangetown. Strangetown is one of the three neighborhoods that shipped with the Sims 2 base game on September 14th, 2004, and it is the smallest of the three. It is a creepy desert town that appears to have some extraterrestrial connections. The neighborhood description reads, "Truth seekers move to Strangetown hoping to discover the secrets the town holds. Do aliens live among us? Do missing Sims mysteriously appear here? In this town, nothing is what it seems." The town features a giant crater with a broken spaceship inside, as well as a shopping center that was formerly a government facility, no doubt for the purposes of investigating the obvious alien presence in town. It is very likely Strangetown is heavily inspired by Area 51 in Nevada, USA, a highly classified US Air Force base that for decades people have speculated to actually be for UFO research and possibly house alien life. There are 5 families in Strangetown and 2 in the family bin. The bin is where created households not placed on a residential lot are stored. First, let's have a look at the housed residents of Strangetown, starting with the Curious family. The Curious family resides at 2 Cover-Up Road and is made up of 3 scientist brothers, Pascal, Vidkund, and Laszlo. Pascal is an adult and his bio describes him as a logical yet somehow simultaneously conspiratorial guy, and he currently works as a lab assistant in the science career. He is a Scorpio and his aspiration is knowledge. He has 1 cooking, 1 logic, 10 creativity, and 3 cleaning skill. Recently, he was abducted by aliens and is currently pregnant, and he will give birth 5 hours into loading into the household. His memories show that as a teen, he got into a fight with General Buzz Grunt of the Grunt household, and he also attempted to kiss Cersei Beaker of the Beaker household, resulting in him becoming enemies with her now husband Loki. Vidkund is a serious and intelligent man. He is an adult and works as a lab assistant in the science career like his brother Pascal. Also like Pascal, he is a Scorpio and his aspiration is knowledge. He has 1 cooking, 8 logic, and 2 cleaning skill. When you first load into the household, a pop-up appears suggesting Vidkund would like to look through the telescope. However, if he does this, he too will be abducted by aliens and become pregnant. Vidkund's memories show he briefly dated Cersei as a teen, but they broke up. However, he still has a crush on her and is enemies with her husband Loki. Also, he too got into a fight with General Buzz Grunt as a teen. Vidkund is best friends with his and Pascal's younger brother, Laszlo. Laszlo is a lot more relaxed and casual than his older brothers. He is an adult and works as a field researcher in the science career, which, despite him being younger and his bio describing him as less studious, is a higher rank than his brothers. He is a Sagittarius and his aspiration is knowledge. He has 7 cooking, 1 logic, and 4 cleaning skill. Like his brothers, he got into a fight with General Buzz Grunt as a teen. Currently, he has a crush on a townie named Crystal Vu. The brothers' parents are Glarn and Kitty Curious, who are both deceased. Their maternal grandparents are Ham and Annie Hogleg, and their paternal grandparents are Notzo and Zoe Curious. Both Notzo and Zoe Curious actually appear in Twinbrook in The Sims 3 as a toddler and child respectively. The brothers also have several sisters, Jenny Smith of the Smith family and Chloe and Lola Singles of the Singles household. While Jenny is their full sister, Chloe and Lola are their half-sisters. They were a result of Glarn Curious being abducted by aliens and impregnated by Pollination Technician 9. As you can tell, this family especially is very intertwined with aliens. In fact, their sister Jenny is married to one. So let's have a look at her household next. The Smith family lives at 101 Road to Nowhere and are an alien sim hybrid family consisting of Jenny Smith, her husband Pollination Technician 9, and their 2 children, Johnny and Jill. Jenny is an adult adults and is older than her 3 brothers. She works as a nurse in the medicine career and enjoys her job, but wants to spend more time with her family and have more of a social life. She is a Taurus and her aspiration is family. She has 2 cooking, 1 mechanic, 1 logic, and 3 cleaning skill. Her favorite color is green, which is visible in her clothing and choice of spouse. Speaking of which, she is married to Pollination Technician 9, who you may remember is the alien who abducted and impregnated her father, which would make Chloe and Lola both her half-sisters and also stepdaughters. A little strange to marry the man who impregnated your father, but I guess this is Strangetown after all. It is unclear if Jenny even knows of this though, as she has never met Chloe or Lola. Anyway, Pollination Tech 9 is an elder and unemployed, but his bio says he is retired. He is a Pisces and his aspiration is family, and he has 3 cooking, 2 mechanical, 1 creativity, and 2 cleaning skill points. Technically, he has parents and grandparents, but they're all just randomly numbered colony drones and birth queens. His memories show that he fought General Buzz Grunt at some point, but unlike his brothers-in-law, he actually won. Johnny Smith is the couple's teenage son. Visually, he takes after his father and possesses a more alien appearance. As a result, the family bio suggests his father may be a bit worried about his ability to make friends and fit in. He is a public school B student, a Gemini, and his aspiration is popularity. He has 2 mechanical and 7 body skill. He is a day from aging up to an adult, and the home appears to be set up for his birthday party. Upon loading into the family, a pop-up prompts the player to throw a party for him. Currently, he is dating Ophelia Nigmus of the Spectre household, and he is enemies with Tank Grunt of the Grunt family. Jill is Johnny's little sister. She is a child and possesses no physical alien traits. She is a public school A student, a Virgo, and has 1 logic skill point. Next, at 13 Dead End Lane, resides the Spectre family. This small family is made up of Olive Spectre and her niece, Ophelia Nigmus. Let's start with Ophelia, as Olive has a lot going on. Ophelia is an anxious teenage girl who constantly worries about everything from her health to life in general. She is a public school A student, a Virgo, and her aspiration is family. She has 2 logic skill points, and her parents are Willow and Creon Nigmus, who are both deceased and died by drowning. This is why Ophelia currently lives with her aunt Olive, who is her mother's sister. Her maternal grandparents are Pepini and Lorado Muenda, and her paternal grandparents are Zog and Hecate Nigmus. I hope I'm pronouncing these names correctly, but I know I'm probably not, so sorry for that. As mentioned before, she is currently dating Johnny Smith. Now let's talk about the mysterious Olive Spectre. Olive is an elder and works as a professional party guest in the Slacker career. She is a Scorpio and her aspiration is knowledge. She has 4 mechanical, 5 charisma, and 5 creativity skill. Her parents are Pepini and Lorado Muenda, who both died in a fire, and as I said, Willow Nigmus is her sister. Olive lives in an interesting home. The house resembles a mausoleum, and the lot itself is basically a graveyard, littered with the graves of a myriad of Sims. Willow and Creon are buried there, as well as Pepini and Lorado. Additionally, all of Olive's previous husbands lie in the graveyard. You see, Olive has had quite an eventful romantic past, having been married 3 times with 1 failed engagement. Earl E. Demise was Olive's first love and her fiance. However, he left Olive at the altar and mysteriously died by electrocution shortly after. He also had a brother named Tim Lee Demise, who also died by electrocution around the same time and is also buried in Olive's graveyard. Her first husband was Rigor Mortis, who died in a fire not long after their marriage. Her next husband was Hugh Thanasia. He also died by fire shortly after their marriage. He had a brother named Lou Thanasia, who too died in a fire around the same time and is buried in the graveyard as well. Olive's final husband was Ichabod Spectre. Ichabod differs from the rest of Olive's partners as he died of old age. His grave sits next to Olive's armchair, where she likely sits and overlooks her garden. Presumably, he was her favorite. As you can see, there has been a lot of death in Olive's life, and as a result, she has met the Grim Reaper quite a few times. The actually became lovers, and interestingly, he is the only person she has memory of woohooing with. For obvious reasons, many believe Miss Spectre is a serial killer. Obviously, all of these unnatural deaths couldn't have been a mere coincidence. Also, in addition to her family and husbands, the graves of various NPCs, including pizza deliverers and repairmen, are also buried on the lot. Her bio states she likes sharpening sticks, likely as weapons, and excavating her yard, likely digging graves. A younger version of Olive appears in Midnight Hollow in The Sims 3. Many of her dead husbands are buried outside of her home there as well. Additionally, there, she appears to reside with a son. The Beaker family lives at 1 Tesla Court. Loki and Cersei Beaker are a shady scientific couple who live with their very nervous test subject. Loki Beaker is an intelligent but rather sinister man. He is an adult and an inventor in the science career. He is a Capricorn, his aspiration is knowledge, and he has 4 cooking, 5 logic, 2 creativity, and 6 cleaning skill. His parents are Gjorn and Gundren Beaker, who are both deceased. His paternal grandparents are Knut and Gertrude Beaker, and his maternal grandparents are Leif and Ingebjord Halfdanarson. I again probably butchered those names. He also has a sister, Erin Singles, of the Singles household. He is enemies with Vidkund and Pascal Curious, and like every other man in town, has a memory of getting into a fight with General Buzz Grunt as a teen. Loki appears in The Sims 3 in Aurora Skies as a toddler, alongside his parents and sister. He also, at some point in the future, genetically engineers Adam and Ceres, who appear in Oasis Landing in The Sims 3 Into the Future. Cersei Beaker is Loki's wife. She is a scary woman into some creepy stuff. Her bio states she enjoys taxidermy and collecting coat hangers. What for, I do not want to know. She also apparently loves to make people scream, and I assume not in a good way. She is an adult and an intern in the medicine career. She is a Capricorn, her aspiration is fortune, and she has 3 mechanical, 3 logic, and 5 cleaning skill. Her parents are Xanthos and Grain Salamis, who are both deceased. Her maternal grandparents are Gwerthrin and Moira McGork, and her paternal grandparents are Andros and Eurydice Salamis. As mentioned a while ago, she briefly dated Vidkund Curious as a teen, and at some point his brother Pascal tried to kiss her. Also, interestingly, her gender preferences, which is a value you can find in the game data, indicate she has equal interest in men and women. Finally, we have the couple's test subject, Mr. Nervous Subject. Nervous is an adult and unemployed. He appears to reside in a small cell in the basement of the home. He is an Aquarius and his aspiration is family. He appears to have no skills. His bio states he twitches and blinks a bunch, which is likely a side effect of all of the tests being done on him. Surprisingly, while he does not get on well with Loki, his relationship with Cersei is fine. I am surprised he does not despise them both, given all the likely terrible things they do to him. Perhaps this indicates some sort of Stockholm Syndrome type of situation, or perhaps Loki is primarily the one doing most of the testing on him, as he is the scientist. Also, something interesting to note is that his gender preference data indicates that he has no gender attraction and in fact has a slight dislike of women. Nervous appears in The Sims 3 and Midnight Hollow as a toddler, living with his mother, Olive Spectre. Yes, Nervous is the biological son of Olive Spectre. His memories show he was taken by social services as a child due to neglect. It is unclear how and why he ended up with the Beaker family, as he has no memories of being adopted by them, so it is unlikely that was the case. His memories do show that he moved in during his childhood, so perhaps this was a sort of evil foster parents type of situation. Now you may be wondering which of Olive's husbands is his father, and the answer is none of them. Nervous's father is believed to be the Grim Reaper. Well, at this point it is confirmed, but at the time it was just speculated / implied. This is supported by the fact that Grim is the only person Olive has memory woohooing with. This is purely speculation on my part, but perhaps this is part of the reason the Beakers are experimenting on him. As Olive is an elder at the start of the game, when she dies, Nervous will receive an inheritance. Perhaps this will help him finally escape the Beaker family. Finally, at 51 Road to Nowhere is the Grunt family, which consists of General Buzz Grunt and his 3 sons. General Buzz Grunt is an adult and, as you may have guessed by his name, works as a general in the military. He is a Leo and his aspiration is popularity. He has 8 mechanical, 7 charisma, and 10 body skill. His parents were General Chip Grunt and Missy Grunt. His paternal grandparents were General Rock Grunt and Wanda Grunt, and his maternal grandparents were Mike Steele and Mary Mellons. General Buzz was previously married to a woman named Lila Grunt, who was the mother of his sons. She died by electrocution shortly after their divorce. Now, that may sound suspicious on his part, but she actually died at the home of Olive Specter and is buried in her graveyard. As a result, General Buzz dislikes Olive. General Buzz is an aggressive military guy, and you've probably noticed that I have already mentioned him several times in this video, as he has seemingly fought almost every man in Strangetown at this point. The only person he has lost a fight to is Pollination Technician 9, who he considers his enemy. Tank is one of General Buzz's teen sons. He is a public school A student, a Capricorn, his aspiration is popularity, and he has no skills. He is also enemies with Johnny Smith. Tank desperately wants to be like and gain the approval of his father. He considers his father a friend, but unfortunately, his father only sees him as an acquaintance. Despite his apparent desire to be like his father, his bio states that he questions if anybody really knows him, outside of just being his father's son. Rip is General Buzz's other teenage son. He is a public school C student, a Sagittarius, and his aspiration is romance. He has 1 mechanical and 1 charisma skill point. Rip is a pretty generic teenage boy. He doesn't care much about following in his father's footsteps and has a negative relationship with both his father and brother Tank. Buck is the youngest of General Buzz's sons. He is a child and a public school A+ student. He is a Scorpio, has no skills, and he seems to be generally ignored by his father, likely because he dreams of becoming a pet stylist someday, which definitely does not fit into the type of tough military son General Buzz wants. So those are all of the housed families in Strangetown. Now let's have a look at the households hanging out in the family bin. As a quick note, all of the Sims in the family bin are unemployed, so I won't bother mentioning their careers. AJ Loner is rather new to Strangetown. He is an adult, a Gemini, his aspiration is fortune, and he has no skills. His parents are Vikram and Maduri Loner, who are both deceased. His paternal grandparents are Javika and Kavi Loner, and his maternal grandparents are Boo and Maloney Friendly. His memories show he was raised by his maternal grandmother, Maloney, and his father, and he has no memories of his mother. AJ appears to be a rather normal guy for Strangetown, and I wonder how long he'll stick around. Perhaps over time, he may become a bit more strange himself. Our last household is the Singles. The household consists of 4 roommates all trying to find their way in Strangetown. The 4 are all very different women, and as a result, they all bicker quite a bit. Despite sharing a surname, only Chloe and Lola are related. I assume this is just because The Sims 2 makes you pick a family name, so you cannot have different last names for Sims in your household. Anyway, first let's talk about Chloe. She is a party girl who loves to have some fun. She's an adult, a Cancer, and her aspiration is romance. She has 3 charisma and 1 body skill. She is one of the alien sim hybrid daughters from Glarn Curious's abduction and impregnation by Pollination Technician 9. Lola is her sister, and she is basically her opposite. Lola is the serious and intelligent one, and she does not play around. She is an adult and a Sagittarius, which is odd given her and Chloe are supposed to be twins. Her aspiration is fortune, and she has 3 logic and 1 creativity skill. She and her sister never knew their father Glarn and were actually raised by his first wife Glabe. I didn't mention it earlier, but before marrying Kitty and having his 4 human children with her, he was married to Glabe. It was during this marriage that he was abducted, and he left her shortly after. Aaron Singles is a sort of woo-woo psychic crystals type type of girl, and she is the sister of Loki Beaker. She is an adult and Aries, and her aspiration is popularity. She has 1 charisma and 1 creativity skill. She appears in The Sims 3 in Aurora Skies as a toddler with her brother and parents. The final member of the household is Kristen. She is an adult, a Taurus, and her aspiration is fortune. She has 2 body and 2 cleaning skill. Her parents are Artie and Daisy Lost, and they are both deceased, and Artie died when she was a child. Her paternal grandparents are Gosham and Vera Lost, and her maternal grandparents are Leonard and Petunia Simnich. Kristen hopes to be a famous professional athlete someday and sees Strangetown as just a stop on her path to achieving her dream. So those are all the playable households in Strangetown. I didn't do this for Pleasant View, but I found a tier list of all of the playable Sims in town, so here are my rankings. I'll leave a link in the description down below of the template for this tier list so you all can fill it out too. Anyway, before we wrap up this video, there is a specific townie running around Strangetown who might look a bit familiar, and that is the iconic Bella Goth. I've gone over the Bella Goth mystery several times, including in my Pleasant View video, but it would be blasphemous to talk about Strangetown and not talk about the Bella Goth mystery. So let's run through it real quick. So if you play in Pleasant View, you will notice that Bella Goth has gone missing. She was last seen peering through a telescope at Don Lothario's condo. Long story short, she was abducted by aliens, and it appears as though the aliens dropped her off here in Strangetown, or they crash landed. It is possible the crashed spaceship in the large crater in town was the one carrying her. Her memory appears to be a bit foggy, and she can't remember all of the details of her abduction or her life prior to it. After her appearance in Strangetown, Bella is last seen in The Sims 3 in Lunar Lake. Lunar Lakes is a Sims 3 store world taking place in the future in a colony on another planet. She is deceased, having died of old age, and is buried in the town cemetery. Presumably, this indicates she is never able to return to her family in Pleasant View. So that is Strangetown. A very strange town indeed. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below any theories you may have about this peculiar neighborhood. Also, before you leave, I forget to do this in every single video, but please follow me on Instagram and Twitch, especially Twitch, because I really want to start streaming soon. I don't know when, but hopefully soon. Also, when I hit 5,000 subscribers, I want to do a giveaway, likely of a game or pack or something, and you'll need to follow me on either Instagram or Twitch if you win so that I can DM you the code. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!